Hello, this is Patrick Posey with Porsche Ontario, and today we're going to be doing another video demonstration on our 2021 Porsche Macan Turbo. Now we'll begin our demonstration today at the front end. This particular Macan Turbo has been finished in volcano gray metallic paint. Now as we move along, these will be the Porsche Design Light System Plus headlights, 4-point LEDs in black housing. And as we move along to the front end of the car, this particular model has been finished with our Sport Design exterior kit, which will have volcano gray painting throughout here and LED turn signals in the front end. There will also be 4 points for the front sensors of the car, and this particular Macan Turbo will feature the surround view. So not only will you have a rear view camera, but a front mounted camera and cameras on either side of the rear view mirrors. Now as we stay at the front end of the Macan Turbo, we'll go ahead and speak about the performance specifications. Under the hood, we'll feature a 2.9 liter twin-turbocharged V6 engine, making about 434 horsepower, matched with 405 pound-feet of torque, mounted onto an all-wheel drive platform and PDK transmission. The fuel economy of the Macan Turbo will be about 17 miles per gallon in the city, 21 miles per gallon on the highway, for a combined range of 19 miles per gallon. Now as we continue along to the driver's side, you'll notice the 21-inch Sport Classic design wheels. These have been finished in the exterior body color, in this case, volcano gray. Now within the wheel, you'll notice the gold, black, and red Porsche crest, and directly behind will be the white brake caliper. Now the Macan Turbo will feature the largest brake set you can order within the Macan lineup. As we continue onwards, you'll notice the Sport Design finish under the side view mirror, finished in volcano gray. Exterior window trim and elevated roof rails have been finished in high gloss black. Now, as we head down, you'll notice the exterior side blade and side skirts have been finished in volcano gray as well. And as we continue to the rear end of the car, you'll notice the rear spoiler has been finished in high gloss black. Now as we navigate to the rear end of the Macan Turbo, we'll go ahead and start at the rear spoiler and work our way down. As I mentioned earlier, this particular one has been finished in high gloss black. And you will notice a split between the upper and lower portion. This will allow for a little bit better aerodynamics. As you move down to the rear windshield wiper, you will notice the trunk release button. And further down, we'll have the optional rear badging finished in black. Further below will be the 4 points of the rear sensors and rear mounted reversing camera. Again, being that this car has the Sport Design exterior package, the lower diffuser has been finished in volcano gray. And this particular Macan Turbo will be mounted with the Sport exhaust system with tailpipes finished in high gloss black. Now we'll go ahead and take a look at the trunk of the Macan Turbo. To open, simply pinch underneath the rear wiper and it will raise. Now as it lifts, you will see 2 buttons, left and right. The one on the left will close the tailgate, and the one on the right will close the tailgate and lock the car if walking away with the key on your person. You will notice the privacy partition, which can be removed to create more vertical clearance within the car. And you'll notice the seats have been separated. They can be pushed forward to create more loading room within the cabin of the vehicle. There will be a spare tire, and if equipped, the Bose subwoofer, a luggage net, and being that this particular Macan Turbo will feature Porsche Active Suspension Management, there will be 2 buttons to raise or lower the rear threshold of the car to create a little bit easier loading area. Now here we are at the back seat of the Macan Turbo. This particular model will feature the leather interior finished in pebble and agate gray with deviated stitching throughout. You'll also notice the carbon fiber trim inlays. And as I sit back here, I did move the front seat forward for a 6-foot+ adult, and as you can see, I have plenty of room back here. Additionally, you will see the rear climate controls, and this particular model will feature rear seat heating. Directly below will be 2 USB-C ports for tablet or phone charging, and a center console for 2 cups. Now here we are at the front seat of the Macan Turbo. We'll go ahead and start at the driver's side door and move our way over to the passenger side. As we begin, you'll notice the door locks, the upper portion for unlocking and lower portion for locking, right next to the door handle. Now this particular Macan Turbo will feature the 18-way adaptive sport seats with memory function. Part of that memory function will be the set, 1, 2, and key button here on the door, which is the programmable memory for the seats. As you move on down to the door panel, you'll notice the lane change assist button, which is the blind spot monitors on the driver and passenger mirror, power folding mirror, as well as the mirror adjustments and window controls. Moving right over to the dashboard will be the headlight assembly which always up and down should be the auto function, which will turn the lights off and on automatically. Directly over, we'll notice a faux key, which is part of the Porsche entry and drive system, also known as keyless entry and ignition. Now we'll be continuing on to the multifunction steering wheel. This particular one has been finished in agate gray to match the interior trim of the car. On the left, you'll notice a paddle, which will have a minus button, which will shift you down a gear, and on the right will be a plus to shift you upwards. Likewise, there'll be volume control, phone control, as well as seeking control, more silver and rivets within to designate the GT style steering wheel. Now at the lower portion will be the steering wheel heating, and you'll notice here is a dial. This is part of the Sport Chrono package, also known as the mode switch. Now when you turn the vehicle on, it will begin in its normal mode. However, once given a clockwise turn to the right, it will turn on the sport mode, which will raise the RPMs of the car and also activate the optional sport exhaust. One more clockwise turn will put it in Sport Plus for more aggressive drive mode. And once over, we'll put it into individual, which you, the driver, can program within the Porsche communication management system. Turning once over, we'll put it back into its normal mode. Now within the Sport Chrono dial will be a button. Once pressed, will activate the Sport Response mode. This will give you 20 seconds of unbridled driving power, which can be turned off at any point. As we continue on, you'll notice the Porsche Communication Management System, or known as the PCM. This will be where the navigation will lie within the vehicle, as well as the media function, where you can press up top at the FM to get FM, AM, Sirius radio, or Bluetooth connection from your paired cell phone. Below that will be the phone function, car function, to where you may turn off around the park assist or set individual settings within the vehicle, applications, which will be part of your Porsche Connect subscription, sound function, being that this particular car has the upgraded Bose sound system, you'll be able to adjust the bass, treble, fade, and of course the individual Bose options. And below will be the devices to where you can pair your phones. And at the very bottom will be the set function for the vehicle, where again, you can adjust your individual settings within the car. Pressing the home button at the top left corner will take you back to the main screen of the vehicle. And you'll notice the hot buttons directly below if you wish to keep the screen clean. Now directly below the Porsche Communication Management System will be two vents which can be opened or closed manually. There will also be hazard lights, downhill descent control, front and rear defrost, recirculation, synchronization, and air conditioning buttons. Now all Macan models will feature dual zone climate control as standard equipment for driver and passenger side of the vehicle. This will be the PDK, or Porsche Doppelkupplung, automatic transmission, and directly below will be the parking brake for the car. Now as optional equipment, this vehicle will feature heated and ventilated front seats. This will be the Porsche Stability Management button, which is always on. And this will be the optional Sport chassis, currently in its normal position. However, when pressed, will adjust to Sport or Sport Plus handling. Now this Porsche will feature active suspension management. When pressed here, will raise or lower the ride height of the vehicle. And below that will be the off-road button if you are going off the paved road and need to hold the gears a little lower. And on the passenger side will be the optional lane keep assist button, which will help with centering the vehicle within a given lane. Below that will be the sport exhaust button, currently engaged, but when engaged will open up a baffle for a deeper exhaust note out of your car. And below that will be the standard equipment auto start stop function, which will turn off or on the start at a complete stop. And here we are, behind the wheel of the 2021 Macan Turbo. Currently in its normal mode, this will be the natural aspiration of the vehicle. However, being that this car has the Sport Chrono package, you will have mode switch. Down here on the steering wheel, if we click over to Sport, it'll raise the RPMs of the car and automatically select the Sport chassis function for more aggressive driving. Now at any point, you can flip this down into Sport Plus, which will also, again, raise the RPMs of the car for a quicker throttle response, Sport Plus chassis, and will activate the lower ride height, part of Porsche Active Suspension Management. This will not only create a more aggressive ride, but will lower the ride stance for more aerodynamics. Also, the Sport exhaust function will be turned on so you could really hear this car as you raise the RPMs in the vehicle. And we're going to test out the acceleration of the Macan Turbo from a dead stop. And as you'll notice in your RPM gauge, as the gears shift up, you'll be indicated as well. And the active suspension management will really forgive a lot of the imperfections in the road as well. Extremely smooth driving, very tight cornering. And with all that go speed, we'll need the stopping power. Very comfortable and very smooth. And thank you for tuning in to watch our video demonstration of the all-new 2021 Porsche Macan Turbo. If you enjoyed the content you saw, be sure to like this video and subscribe, as we are always putting out new content. Once again, this is Patrick Posey at Porsche Ontario, and we'll see you soon.